lovelies, and welcome back to the Evolving Bodies podcast. I'm Julie, your guide to creating a healthy, loving relationship with your body, your mind, and of course, yourself. Today, we're diving into a topic that is incredibly important but often overlooked: how the food we eat impacts our mental well-being. Now, you might be thinking, now I know food affects my physical health, but how does it tie into my mental health? Well, the connection between the two is actually quite interesting. Our brains and our bodies are deeply interconnected, and what we eat can significantly impact how we think, how we feel, and even how we behave. Let's start by talking about this gut-brain connection. Did you know that our gut is referred to as our second brain? It might sound a little bit odd, but there is this remarkable amount of communication that happens between our gut and our brain. This communication is largely facilitated by our gut microbiome, which is made up of trillions of bacteria and other microorganisms living in our digestive tract. So why does this matter? Well, these gut bacteria play an crucial role in producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are chemicals that regulate our mood. In fact, around 90% of our serotonin, also dubbed as the feel-good hormone, is produced in our gut. This means that the health of our gut can directly influence our emotional state. Let's take a moment to consider the impact of different types of foods in our mental well-being. First up, we have the all-important omega-3 fatty acids. These are essential fats. These are healthy fats. They are found in fatty fish like salmon, flax seeds, walnuts, and they are vital for your brain health. It's not the same as belly pork. Omega-3 can help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and they work by reducing inflammation in the brain and supporting the growth of new brain cells. Now let's talk about whole food. We're talking about fruits and vegetables and whole grains and lean proteins. These foods are packed with vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that nourish our brains and keep them functioning optimally. For example, leafy greens like spinach and kale are rich in folate, which has been linked to lower the risk of depression. Berries are bursting with antioxidants that protect the brain cells from damage. On the flip side, processed foods high in sugar or unhealthy fats can have a negative impact on your mental well-being. These foods can cause inflammation in the body, which has been linked to a range of mental health issues, including depression and Alzheimer's, like so important for my ladies that are in perimenopause and menopause. That's a different conversation though. They can also lead to blood sugar spikes and the crashes that come with them, which also make us feel irritable and anxious, impacting our mental well-being. Now, let's explore the power of probiotics. Now, probiotics are beneficial bacteria that can help maintain a healthy gut system. You can find them in fermented food like yogurts, and I always get this one wrong. It's kefir, sauerkraut or kimchi. Including these in your diet can promote a healthy gut, which, as we've discussed, is closely linked to your mental well-being. I love the kefir. I will learn how to say that one day. I love that as a yogurt drink, and I drink that, on a regular basis. I'm not really a massive fan of other fermented food, but, fermented yogurt, I'm all over that. But this isn't just about individual nutrients or food. This is about an overall pattern of our diet. So a balanced diet, including sort of like the taste of foods, the foods that you like to eat, and also the nourishment from foods. It's about having a variety of these nourishing foods, these nutrient-dense foods that support both your physical health, but also your mental well-being. It is about creating a positive relationship with food where we're mindful of how different types of foods make us feel and how they nourish our bodies and our minds. I can't eat pizza because pizza does not like me back. It has such a huge impact, not only on my gut, but my overall well-being within my body. So I try and stay away from it. I do try and stay away from it as much as possible, but I do also have it sometimes, just not all the time. And it's important to mention that while a diet can play a significant role in your mental well-being, it's not a food will fix the issue, like a food will fix it issue. If you are struggling with your mental well-being, absolutely seek help. I think sometimes mental well-being is not just a go to the doctor and take some medication. There is this whole approach to your well-being that might include medication, but it can also include having this good relationship with food where you're having a balance of all of the food groups, where we're not overthinking our food, where food is not making us feel even worse about ourselves. Absolutely taking regular exercise or movement, being connected with people, all of this kind of life stuff that we have around us, all of this stuff supports our mental well-being, or it kind of takes it away from us, and then we start to have that kind of dark cloud hanging over us. So taking this whole person approach to your physical health as well as your mental well-being is the best way to promote an overall well-being. So before we wrap up, it's a shorty today, but before we wrap up, if you want to discover more about how to create your very own meal plan with the foods that you love and the foods that your body loves, then sign up for my free 4-day video course at julieridley.com/bite-by-bite. But let's talk about some practical tips for incorporating mood-boosting foods into your diet. Start by adding more whole foods into your meals. Aim for half a plate of fruit and vegetables, and then choose some whole grains, some whole grains, whatever it is that you like. I'm not going to give you specifics because I'm not giving you a diet, but add whole grains into them, the ones that you like to eat, over having those overly processed grains. Include sources of omega-3 in your diet, so such as salmon and chia seeds and walnuts. And don't forget about those fermented foods, those probiotics that are super important for your gut health to support your mental well-being. And incorporating these changes doesn't have to be overwhelming. Nothing has to be overwhelming. We don't have to do any of this. We need to just start small and remember that every positive change that you make is a step towards feeling good about yourself. And next week we'll talk about movement and that impacts and how that impacts your mental well-being and when it takes away from your mental well-being. But be kind to yourself and listen to your body. Your relationship with food should be one that is nourishing and full of nourishment and supports your well-being and is a form of self-care, not part of guilt and stress and restriction. So thank you for joining me for this episode. And if you found this discussion on the impact of food and mental well-being helpful, then give us a comment or share me with your friends. Remember, the journey to better health and well-being is a personal one, and it is okay that you just take it one step at a time. So please subscribe and share it with your friends. And don't forget about my free video course, email video course that I have available at julieridley.com/bite-by-bite. And if you have any topics that you would like me to cover in future episodes, do leave a comment where you're listening to this, or drop me a message on social media. Do let me know, because I could talk for England, but hopefully what you hear is helpful. And what would you like to know? What would you find most interesting for me to talk about? So until next time, take care and be kind to yourself.